I'm a 52-year-old father with 3 children, a 15-year-old daughter and 7-year-old twins, a girl and a boy. The twins are inseparable and often mimic each other's actions. I cherish all my kids deeply. My son isn't particularly into stereotypically masculine activities and tends to gravitate toward what his mom and older sister enjoy, like cooking or dancing. I'm perfectly fine with this and love him for who he is. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel a pang of regret that we haven't shared the kind of father-son connection I had with my grandfather. My own father passed away when I was young. Being home more often lately, I've noticed how much my son leans into traditionally feminine interests. He's always eager to help in the kitchen, assists his older sister with redesigning thrift store clothes, and loves playing imaginative games. He's even asked his sister to paint his nails. I'm not upset by this, but it's not what you'd typically expect from a young boy. Recently, I've been working out at home instead of the gym due to our situation. One day, my son wandered in while I was lifting weights in the living room and showed curiosity. He got excited about the idea of building muscles and tried lifting some 5-pound dumbbells. He mentioned wanting to be like Shira from a Netflix reboot. I think that's the character. To me, this felt like a step toward a more masculine interest, which I saw as progress. I encouraged him with enthusiastic praise, saying things like, "Wow, you're so strong," in a playful, kid-friendly way to keep him engaged. When his sisters came in, my 7-year-old daughter, the twin, wanted to join in. Since the twins often copy each other, she expected the same excitement and praise. I didn't give her the same level of enthusiasm, focusing more on my son. This upset my oldest daughter, who asked why I was treating them differently. I explained that since my son hadn't shown interest in these kinds of masculine activities before, I wanted to nurture his individuality as a boy, separate from his twin sister. My oldest accused me of being misogynistic for this. She also said I was wrong for making her sister feel less capable and implying I disapproved of my son's feminine hobbies. I don't think I'm in the wrong here because I believe my daughter doesn't need to be drawn to these activities, but my son should develop a more masculine identity as he grows. When my oldest told my wife, 41, she was furious, saying I was acting like a caricature of a misogynist. Now both are upset with me. So Reddit, am I the asshole? Notable comments. I'm disappointed we haven't had the father-son bonding I had with my grandpa. That's on you. Meet your kids where they are. Your children are individuals with their own interests. Build strong bonds with love and understanding. You won't find closeness by wishing they were different. Love them for who they are, not who you want them to be. At first, I thought you were just excited to share an interest with your son. But saying your daughter has no reason to be interested in lifting and that your son needs a masculine identity is misogynistic and problematic. Many chefs and designers are men. Your perspective is the issue. I get wanting your son to enjoy masculine hobbies to strengthen your bond and help him connect with other boys. But there's no reason to exclude your daughter from the same encouragement. In Glasstooth, you're not the asshole. Supporting your daughters is important, but there's nothing wrong with wanting one-on-one bonding time with your son. Update 1. I was completely wrong. I appreciate those who tried to see my side, but I knew deep down I messed up while writing this. Reading it back, I feel foolish for how I acted. Thank you all for the wake-up call I needed. I was unfair to my daughters and wrong for how I handled things. I apologized to both of them and my wife shortly after posting. I also shared this with my younger brother, who, as I mentioned, was teased growing up for being effeminate, especially after coming out. Some thought I was blaming him, but that wasn't my intent. My actions are my own fault. Talking with him and reading your comments opened my eyes to how poorly I've treated my son. My grandfather, who raised my brother and me, was a rugged, masculine figure I idolized. My brother helped me see that he often made him feel terrible about his femininity and orientation, saying hurtful things. I was blind to how much that affected him, and I've clearly carried some of those same outdated ideas. I've been unfair to my son for so long, and it hurts to realize I've been a bully to him. I shouldn't try to change him to shield him from others. I'm the one hurting him. I plan to talk to my son, apologize, and let him pick an activity he enjoys for us to do together. I don't want to repeat my grandfather's mistakes. On my brother's and some Redditors' advice, I'm looking into therapy or a support group to work on myself after this massive mistake. I want to be the best father and brother I can be and unlearn these harmful ideas. Sorry for the long update, but thank you for helping me see clearly. I shared some comments with my wife, and she's grateful for your input. Notable comment. I'm amazed at your self-awareness and commitment to growth. You've restored my faith in people. Keep improving, you're on the right path. Update 2. Some asked about my plans with my daughters as my first update focused on my son. My oldest is interested in Krav Maga, so we're looking for a place that works for both her and her sister's ages. My youngest wants to learn roller skating, so my 15-year-old might teach us both. I spoke with my son this morning and apologized for my behavior. Discussing gender roles and my grandfather's impact might wait until he's older, but I made it clear I support his passions. We watched a few episodes of Shira's show together, and my oldest and I found it charming, as some of you suggested. When I asked my son what he'd like to do together, he chose altering clothes. I dug out an old box from the attic and found a vintage 80s Hawaiian shirt my grandfather got me, probably hoping I'd channel Tom Selleck. With my oldest's help, we're tailoring it to fit my son with room to grow. It's a cool project, and my 15-year-old loves the retro vibe. I invited my brother, who lives a few hours away, for dinner so my son and I can cook something for him. I can't believe I was upset about his love for baking. He's a blessing for wanting to help others. I'm definitely the asshole here, but I'm working to become a better dad. Thanks again. I showed my oldest some of your comments and she loved them. She jokingly said I'm in line for a Clown of the Year award for Father's Day. Notable comment. This is the most heartwarming post I've seen on Reddit. You owned your mistake, apologized, and are actively bettering yourself while embracing your kids' interests. You're an incredible father, and this brought a smile to my face.